Ready.
Ready over there, D? All right. It is Hot 99.5 Jingle Ball presented by Capital One. We are here in the broadcast room with none other than Gunnar.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Our Californian friend, right?
Californian friend, but I do know all about 99.5.
You were telling me this earlier. This is a man who does his research, listening to Hot 99.5, knowing that he was coming to Hot 99.5 Jingle Ball.
You know, it would be weird if I didn't.
Can you say Hot 99.5 3 times fast?
Hot 95.
Oh, wow.
Hot 99.5. Hot 99.5. Wow, that's a full tongue twister.
I will give you an A for effort.
I'm going to try one more time.
Okay.
Hot 99.5. Hot 99.5. Hot 99.5. Boom.
Whoa! All right.
Boom.
Do you want to host my show instead?
I think I would.
Instead of me? Because I could not do that.
Really?
No way.
You got to make everyone who comes in here try that.
I'm absolutely going to do
That's
that.
a good piece of content.
Can somebody write that down?
Who does it? Who does it best?
And we'll have a leaderboard going. We'll
Love
post
it.
it backstage so everybody knows by the end of the show.
I love it.
So you just played LA Jingle Ball.
Yep.
Bunch of gigs with Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, I was scrolling through your social media.
I love that you did your research.
The elephant in the room, though.
Okay.
Where did your hair go?
Oh.
Because it's literally the second to last post is this long, flowing, beautiful mane, and now here we are.
I was ready for change, I guess. I don't know. I've had long hair for a long time, like my whole life, and it got to the point where I was just ready for change. It was in the way. I started wearing a headband the whole Maroon 5 tour. Every show I wore a headband, and it just got to the point where like everyone was like, "Okay, no more headband. We're done with that." And I was like, "Well, I'm done with my hair," and they were like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." I just had to do it. I had to do it for myself.
You did do it yourself.
I did it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could have been like a fun thing that you did.
It was a fun thing.
Like with everybody. It could have been. Did everybody
No,
watch?
everyone watched.
Okay,
Everyone watched, and it was this big like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then I bleached it, and everyone was like, okay, this is actually really cool. And I was like, amazing.
Yeah. Do you like freshen it up when you're like?
Yeah.
Is this a
I have
do over before the big show?
No, well, that's the nice part about it is it's so easy. But I do have to get my hair cut way more frequently now. Like every 3 weeks. I have to get it redone. So that's the downside, but I love it. I love it. I couldn't be happier with the outcome.
While I was, again, doing my prep, scrolling through your social media, there's a video that I would, if you care to explain, you're performing outside, and a cop rolls up.
Yeah.
Can we get the
great?
Because there's no context in that video. I want to know what was happening. How did we?
I couldn't give context, or you wouldn't have asked the question. So,
we were like born to do this.
Yeah,
this is working out really well.
So I went on tour, like you said, with Maroon 5 in Europe. We did huge venues, the biggest venues I've ever done in my life. It was life-changing, incredible. Couldn't be more grateful for that experience. Came home, and that was the first show. It was a USC fraternity for college.
Okay.
They asked us to come play, and it was opening weekend for football. Huge, like, for me, I'm a big college football fan, so I was, like, fired up to do it. And we were playing in a backyard at a fraternity house. So we brought in a loud system because our show is, has energy. It's loud. So we brought in a loud system, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. Everything we can do. And I think we all kind of knew in the back of our heads that at some point it was going to get shut down. It was just a matter of how long through the set can we get before we get shut down. And I don't think we started till like 11 p.m. So we start our show. It's going great.
You waited for curfew to happen, and then you started performing.
You had to wait for everyone to get out of the football game and come. Everyone was having a good time by the time the show started. And so, the show was awesome. And on our last song, halfway through our last song, the cops showed up, and they came and kind of tried to shut it down. And we were like 1 minute from the show being over. The last part of that song is like the biggest moment of the show. So he kind of walks up, and he's kind of got his arms crossed, and I give him a look where I'm like, I get it. I kind of tap him on the shoulder. I give him a nod and finish the last minute of the song. And it was awesome. I mean, everyone was having a great time in the crowd, like just after a first weekend of a football game. Everyone's got drinks going. And so it was like the perfect scenario because, I was respectful enough to say, I understand. Mm-hmm. I get why you're here. I gave him, I get it.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute.
There was a mutual understanding there.
Yeah.
For sure.
But everyone thought it was staged. I posted that.
It does not. Those are people born to hate. Those are haters because it does not look staged at all.
I'm glad you said that because a few people said like, how'd you do that? Or like, was that staged? And I was like, damn. Like,
how much you pay him?
Yeah, I was like,
nothing.
that's a fake cop. People thought it was a fake cop. I was like, that's a bummer that people saw that and thought that. But no, if you haven't seen it, go check that video out on my Instagram. It's hilarious and it's a good time.
Yeah, just as baller as your performance in our All Access Lounge just a few short hours ago.
Yeah, I loved it.
The energy was crazy.
Thank
fully,
you.
Not that I like thought you wouldn't have energy, but fully blown expectations out of the water.
That means the world to me. Thank you.
And when I saw you up there, we knew that we were going to talk to each other again.
Mm-hmm.
I said I wanted to ask you if you could talk about anything that you wanted to talk about without like prepping for it.
Okay.
What would that topic be? To give you an example, I could just like talk shit without prepping.
I
That's
love
something
that.
that I'm very good at.
I love that.
So what would yours be?
Mine would be, I mean, I can bring up our comedy club show last night.
Wait, yes, bring up so you've been hanging out in DC.
We hang out in DC. We got in yesterday. We went to a nice fun dinner, and then we went to a comedy show of Adam Ray.
Adam Ray.
Great show, great show. He does this Dr. Phil skit, and the show ended with you bring up one guy and one girl, and it was like who can answer these questions right and like get a free T-shirt. Mm-hmm. And Ricky, our bass player, was selected to be representing all the guys in the room, and so it was pretty fun watching him get up there and be a stranger from LA, come into DC, and try to answer some really fun questions.
Did he do well?
He did well. He won. He won the T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he won the T-shirt, and I'm proud of him. It was a big moment, and I'm proud of him. Yeah.
The little crack in your voice just now, you really are proud of that man.
We were in the back. It was the comedy skit was couples therapy. So we were a group of 9 guys in a couples therapy comedy skit. So we were the only ones not in there with their significant other. And so it was hilarious because it was the end of the show, and he looks over, he goes, "You guys back here have been awesome. Who are you? What are you doing? We need a volunteer. Will one of you guys get up here and do it?" And we
talk about free promo. Okay.
Yeah. We got to talk to Adam after the show, and he was like, "If you ever want free tickets in the comedy show in LA, let me know. Like, maybe I'll come by tomorrow." So it was awesome. That's my good DC story for you.
That'll pass.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Did you think about it?
No. I should have, because I know
what we got was good.
Sometimes in the moment's better. The moment's better.
Yeah. Again and Again is out now.
It's out now.
Sounded amazing in our All Access Lounge. Oh. Anything you want to say about Again and Again?
Yeah, I mean that song. That song is really special because I put it out under a different title about a year ago on my debut album, and it was a song that meant a lot to me. It came from a really unique and special situation, and it didn't ever really get the light of day, that song. And so when we went out on tour in the summertime, that song just lit up. That was the song during the show that everyone connected the most. And it just felt something happened on that tour where that song made me and everyone in the crowd feel something more than the rest of the set. So I came home from that tour just buzzing about this song, and we kind of game planned about maybe putting a new version out and seeing what maybe iHeartRadio would do with us. And and yeah, I reproduced it with an incredible friend of mine, K Thrash, and I mean, I couldn't be more grateful and thrilled with how it's sounding, because I feel like it's a really good representation of who I am right now. And iHeart's been amazing, and the song's been getting some airtime, which is unexpected and a great surprise. And yeah, people are loving it, and that's all that I can ask for.
That's a perfect way for a song to work out.
Yeah.
You see that everybody loves it and be like, oh, okay, let's roll with it then.
It's backwards. Normally you put a song out with like, hey, this is our song that we're going with. And so, yeah, it was backwards. We put the song out and then realized on the road that it was a special one, and then came home and put a different version out called Again and Again, and then now it's having its moment.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for making your way out to DC.
Yeah.
Enjoying the city while you're here and hanging out at our All Access Lounge.
Yeah, thank you for having me. We love iHeartRadio. I love 99.5. Again, I've listened to you now multiple days and multiple nights, I should say. And I couldn't be more grateful. So thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Gunnar, everybody.
Sweet.